Yo, and hello and welcome to the 159th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning high definition, where you need to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. Also, we're doing this live now on Twitch at twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast. We're actually live right now.
Yeah. So no take backsies if we say something crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's going to be some horrible stuff of us on the internet. Anyways, you can find us online at createforsanity.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter to never miss an episode and buy sick t-shirts from our shop. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Pandemic Bass.
Hey!
Why'd you start this? Why did you create this pandemic, Brent Bass?
I'm sorry, brother.
Some of us just want to live, bro.
I'm sorry, man. I was just sick of just, this not pandemic-ridden world.
So sick, infected with... Okay.
I don't know, man. My bad. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, it's all good, I guess. Whatever. People gonna die. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. That's horrible.
Oh, yeah, that's not funny.
But for real though, on this,
we're off to a great start.
Yeah, we're off to a great start here on the Twitch stream. Speaking of streaming, this week I've been streaming Doom Eternal in Nightmare mode.
Oh,
yeah,
sounds horrible.
It's horrendous.
Not like the game sounds horrible, but like that just sounds
playing
like
it in that mode.
Yeah,
I'm almost done with it. I think I think there's only like 4 levels left. Yeah.
Wow, it's gotta be satisfying when you beat a level.
Oh
in
yeah,
Nightmare mode.
I feel like a real champ, dude.
Yeah.
I think I could play esports.
Are the Twitch viewers like keeping you motivated?
Shout out to all the people that have been hanging. The last stream that I did, I had 13 viewers.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's been up there. I've been
money.
feeling good about it, But anyways, yeah, so let's talk about some things that have been happening this week. Very important things like Tiger King.
Oh God, no, I haven't watched it yet.
What?
Still. I know. It's all the rage right now. Even my parents have watched it.
What have you been doing? I know you haven't been doing anything.
I've been playing video games, man.
What is this, a fucking video game podcast?
I'll tell you one thing I did do upon your recommendation. Maybe if you had recommended Tiger King to me, I would have watched it. But instead, I watched Train to Busan.
Train to Busan.
Busan. See, we should mention this because last episode we talked about zombie movies, and neither of us had seen this movie before last episode.
Yeah.
So now we've both watched Train to Busan, and I gotta say, it's really good. I think it would probably be number 2 on my list if I had to go back and like revise my list,
Yeah, I put it as number 1 and knocked my number 5 off of my list.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It was a good ass movie, man. Like,
it was really good. I think it was the most emotional zombie movie that I've ever watched. And it also felt like I was watching a real life anime. Like it's kind of, I don't know if that's racist to say. I don't think it, but not because they were Asian, but because of the tropes that were in it. Like you had the big like burly guy who was like, but also he had like a heart of gold. Like
the really over the top action stuff,
yes.
Like where like the wave of zombies is like coming down the train,
and they're just beating their way through it.
Dude, the zombie, like animations and like characters and acting,
great.
They were so good, dude.
Really
it was
good.
All really well done.
And then you had like the character that you just hate, like you just wanted
guy
to
where he punches him at the end. I was like, yeah.
He killed like half of the cast.
Dude, he really did. Dude,
like,
you know what I like about that movie more than anything though is like I like that it's all set in that train. I mean, not all of it, like there's little parts, but I like that it kind of all revolves around that one area in the train. You know what I mean?
The train to Busan.
Yeah.
You mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's got that like the same thing that kind of made like Speed magical.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like where it's all just taking place on this one.
There's a bomb on the bus.
Yeah, I don't know. I loved it. It was really good.
I agree.
Definitely the best Korean film I've ever seen. You know what I mean?
I thought it was better than Parasite, dude.
I didn't even see Parasite yet, so.
Like, and it has like a couple characters from Parasite, or at least one character in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from Parasite.
Ooh, that guy is probably fucking.
He's rolling in the dough.
I was going to say,
he's a young up and comer.
He's got it made. Dude,
it was the baseball guy, the guy that was wearing like the baseball uniform.
I like him.
Yeah. It was definitely a good movie. Anyways, well, let's get to what everybody's here for, and that is the video game news. Just so you guys know, we're using video game articles from sites from all around the web, and we don't claim any of the articles as our own. We're just bringing it all to one place and giving our thoughts on it. But let's start it off with some big rumor news from Gabe Gerwin at GameSpot. He says the Nintendo Switch is apparently about to get a hefty serving of Mario, including several classic 3D games from the series past, and an all-new role-playing game. Reported by VGC and Eurogamer, Nintendo is planning to release remastered Switch versions of Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 3D World, and Super Mario Galaxy as part of the franchise's 35th birthday celebration. The remastered games would be coming from 4 different consoles: Nintendo 64, GameCube, Wii, and Wii U. Super Mario 3D World will apparently be a deluxe edition with new levels, and a Gematsu report also corroborated that Nintendo has a new Paper Mario game in development. The last Paper Mario game was Paper Mario Color Splash for Wii U, which received a mixed reception when it launched just before the Switch in late 2016. VGC said the new games are due to be announced as Nintendo shares more details on its Universal projects, including theme parks and its Illumination-produced animated Mario film. Plans for E3 announcements changed after the entire event was canceled, so the official news could be coming soon, or sooner than initially planned.
That's pretty exciting.
That's
Especially
very
like
exciting.
the new Paper Mario game. I'm hype about that. I feel like that's going to be great on the Switch. But also Super Mario 64, you know?
Remastered.
It's interesting that they make a point to say that 3D Land is the only one that's going to be like a deluxe edition with extra levels, because I was kind of wondering, are they going to do the Mario 64 like they did for the DS re-release, where they like added extra characters and did little fun things, or is it going to be more of like a direct, just kind of homage to the fucking original? You know what I mean?
You know, I'm not really worried about it. Like, I could care less. Like, if they do add that, great. If they don't, great. You know, we're still getting an amazing game.
Yeah, I'm hyped either way, but I mean, you know, I'm interested for sure.
Especially if it's remastered. You know, like with, you know, these remastered graphics for the Switch. Can you imagine Mario 64?
Imagine.
Like that Unity? Like,
not only can
if they
I
did
imagine,
it like that.
like I have an image in my head of like a standard that it needs to be at least as good or better than. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, I'll be disappointed if it doesn't look better than Odyssey. You know what I mean? I know that sounds crazy.
Not better than Odyssey. At least it has to look like Odyssey. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think they have the potential to look better because Mario 64 is such a substantially like less demanding game. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, I feel like just to add some sweet textures and stuff and like make it look really dope. I don't know.
But I imagine like if they're doing like 4 remastered versions or 4 remastered 3D Mario games, they probably didn't have a lot of time to throw all of that work into just one. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be willing to bet they've had 4 teams working on this for like a long time already, and it's just been kept under wraps well, you know?
That would be cool.
I don't know.
Definitely would be cool.
Because, like, you're right. They're not just going to throw this together, you know? Especially, like, I don't know. Yeah. I want to play Galaxy again. That would be cool.
Oh, dude. I haven't played Galaxy.
Man.
I owned a Wii and I never played Galaxy. Like,
I feel like Galaxy is one of the most underrated Mario games. It's so dope. I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll see.
It's like a blend of like 3D World and 64. I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. What you got over there?
Okay, so, you know, last week we talked about the remaster Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you know, thing.
It's just rubbing on your shirt, making that noise.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just like...
There you go. Is that better?
Thank you, yes.
So last week we talked about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2
we did
remaster, and apparently it's a real thing. They accidentally listed it on PSN, and let's see, it's set to launch sooner than you might expect.
When is that?
March 31st. So today.
So now it's out.
Wait, so is it out?
Yes, it's out.
It's officially out?
Yeah, it was updated on like GameSpot and stuff that it's officially out. People have been downloading it and playing it and stuff.
So what are people saying? Did you hear any feedback here?
It's $20 and it's only the campaign. And
that's a bet.
No Russian is still there though. And
it better be still there. That's the only reason people are buying this. You know what I mean?
It's remastered in all its glory. They added small children and puppies. No, I'm just kidding. No, to the no Russian. They just like make it worse.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm sure it's still opt-in as usual. Like you don't have to do that scene.
No options.
Yeah.
You
Options.
You must be the no Russian guy.
No Russian, no option. But yeah, it's very exciting that's out. I imagine for a lot of people. Unfortunately, there's no multiplayer.
It's kind of weird they didn't like at least cobble together some kind of multiplayer and put it on there. You know what I mean?
Well, what they were saying on that GameSpot article was that it's probably being saved for the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 reboot, or like sequel to the reboot of Modern Warfare that came out last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's going to have its own multiplayer, you know?
Yeah, who knows? We'll see what happens.
Like, why would they have two multiplayer modes in a game that's, like, primarily focused on multiplayer?
I have no idea. But this is also by Gabe Gerwin at GameSpot. He says E3 2020 has already been canceled, but Gamescom 2020 may still survive. The event's organizers are still planning to hold it this August, though it could be a digital-only event in order to avoid exposing attendees to coronavirus infection. In a joint statement to GameIndustry.biz, German Industry Association Game and Gamescom venue Kölner Messe said that it's possible there still could be an in-person event. Gamescom will be held as a digital event from August 25th to 29th at the bare minimum, and the organizers will make a decision in May to determine if it will take place in its normal home of Cologne, Germany. Regardless, they're preparing to expand digital coverage to reach more viewers.
So basically in May, they're just going to find the least infected place and go there, like...
I think they're just gonna they're gonna determine whether they're gonna do it or like live, or if they're gonna do a digital event is what they're saying. Not they're gonna find a new place. Like this place is pretty clean.
Look, if we're not doing it in Germany, we'll just go to the least COVID-y place we can find.
Oh yeah, and then bring all of the
go out to North Korea. You know.
Oh yeah, they don't have it there.
Yeah,
they handled that pretty quickly. No, it's
0 cases.
There was one case, but that was handled.
We don't talk about him.
Anyways,
yeah, poor guy. Yeah,
what you got over there?
GameStop has announced plans to close more than 300 stores in 2020.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Though the retailer was careful to note that this is part of an ongoing plan and not a response to recent trends. Chief Financial Officer Jim Bell announced the closures during the company's latest fiscal earnings call. Specifically, Bell said that the closures this year will be roughly similar to the closures in 2019, when it closed 320 stores on... Excuse me, I just fucked that up. GameStop currently operates roughly 5,500 stores around the world. So that's a pretty good chunk of their currently active stores going bye-bye. But again, that's basically what they did last year. So.
Yeah, it's not, and it really has nothing to do with coronavirus, apparently. My thing
Allegedly.
is like, well, the 300 store closures, I think, is going to be even more after coronavirus. I have a feeling that they're not going to open up after coronavirus.
To GameStop?
Yeah, I think this is the end, dude.
Yeah.
I think they were already like just hanging on, like they were like, okay, we just got to make it to the new console launch, we'll be all right if we can just make it to then. And then this happened, and now I'm pretty sure they're like, well, it was nice knowing everybody. We'll see though. I just don't think they're going to survive.
Transition their business to like just all online stuff,
Yeah, but then, I mean, even then, you just go to Amazon and buy the shit. Like, why go to GameStop?
I was like, maybe they need to partner up with some kind of like, big retailer like Amazon or something, or Walmart. I don't know. Maybe, see, that's what they need to do. They need to transfer all their storefronts to like be inside of Walmart, and then Walmart's video game
McDonald's?
section. Yes, dude.
Okay.
And then Walmart's video game section would just be like a little GameStop that you go into inside of Walmart's.
I like that. That could be cool.
Hey,
I guess.
I don't know.
It's like a little tiny, or like how like AT&T has like a little booth or whatever. Or not AT&T. What is it? And it is AT&T. It's like a bunch of different stuff.
Well, also First National Bank is like almost in every Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think they can maybe strike some kind of deal with Walmart, and like Subway. Subway's in a lot of Walmarts and stuff too.
Oh, I did not know that.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Just a thought.
Anyways, by way of Eddie McCooch at GameSpot, as more and more people stay home, either voluntarily or by government order due to the COVID-19 crisis, the Xbox Live gaming network is surging in popularity. Microsoft said in a post that Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, and Mixer are seeing record numbers as people spend more time playing games while adhering to social distancing policies. The message, which was first reported on by Video Games Chronicle, also states that Microsoft is making small adjustments to ensure a smooth experience for users during the spike in usage. One of the adjustments in the removal of the removal of the ability to upload custom gamer pics for your profile. Not only that, but you can no longer upload pictures for club backgrounds. This change is only temporary, so these services will return at some point in the future. A separate post from Microsoft regarding its cloud network states that Microsoft's engineers are keeping a close eye on performance and usage trends to ensure that Xbox Live is optimized for people around the world. Microsoft is also taking steps to minimize the impact of increased bandwidth by asking its partners to hold back their higher bandwidth activities, which include game updates for off-peak hours.
Guys, I gotta admit, I'm not doing my part to minimize the bandwidth usage at my house. I'm downloading stuff. I'm streaming videos in HD. I'm doing all kinds of horror.
You, sir,
I'm the problem.
Will go to hell.
I'm part of the problem. I got 2 TVs going in my room, both playing different shit. Like
streaming the highest quality
just
possible.
Eating up the bandwidth.
Got
dude.
4K streaming like Tiger King in 4K.
Dude, got 4K Tiger King. Yes, dude. Yes, I got all that going.
I mean, I'm not doing so hot either. This is the first time we're ever streaming our live broadcast of our episode.
Well, dude, another problem is like I had that Vive port Infinity, right?
Yeah.
So I literally played like 39 different games, you know what I mean, over the course of the past like couple weeks, you know what I mean? And every one of those I had to download, you know what I mean?
But I mean, you can only do so much. Yeah. I'm staying home. I'm staying out of the way. I mean,
yeah. At least I'm not out there getting and spreading the COVIDs. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We're only meeting up for essential business, like the podcast.
Yeah. This is like literally the first time I've left my house in like a while.
And we can't. I mean, and like we've been meeting up, just me and you. So I mean, if we're gonna spread it, we're only gonna spread it to each other. Yeah. This is it. This is like the whole thing.
This is as far as it goes.
Yeah. Anyways, so what you got? What you got over there, Brent?
Okay, veteran TV writer Jennifer Hutchinson. That's Jennifer with a G. Whose credits include Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and the upcoming Lord of the Rings TV show for Amazon, is doing her part to help people facing hardship during the COVID-19 crisis.
What's she doing?
For a period of time on Twitter, Hutchinson was giving away $100 to everyone who replied to her tweet or sent her a DM.
God dang, how much money does she got?
I don't know, but she's a baller, dude.
For real.
The end of the month is always stressful, and pandemic makes it worse, Hutchinson wrote. If you need a little help right now, let me know. No need to justify. I'll take your word. You could use the hand. Hutchinson said she gave away $100 to as many people as she could before wrapping it up. Quote, if I didn't get to you, I'm sorry. I'll try to do this again if I can, Hutchinson wrote. And if you have the means, please scroll the replies and send folks some help. So I don't know. That's pretty cool.
That's legit.
Like
dude.
what a dope, selfless like act. You know,
I will
mean?
now be watching the Lord of the Rings TV show,
dude. Yeah,
even though
sure.
I don't care.
I do not care at all.
Yeah, I was definitely not gonna watch the Lord of the Rings TV show,
especially since some of the other news is like production on that show has been halted for now. So it's like she's just like throwing away her money, and she doesn't know, when she's getting paid again. You know what I mean? She probably does. But
yeah, she's probably still getting paid.
Balling, but.
She's probably still getting that money,
that's
bro.
still a boss move, Got to throw a little respect over there to Jennifer Hutchinson's way, Hutchison,
for sure.
Yeah,
Hutchison.
Yeah,
Hutchinson.
And yeah, I want to. Who's that singer? The Vanessa Hutchinson or something?
That's Vanessa Hutchins.
You're
thinking
God.
of
there's a Hutchinson somewhere, huh?
You're thinking of the dude from.
Oh yeah, Josh Hutchinson.
Yeah. Whatever his
Sorry. I knew there was a Hutchinson in Hollywood somewhere.
It's out there, bro. So this is by way of Eddie McCooch at GameSpy. He says, the Uncharted movie starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg has been delayed yet again.
Oh, no.
This time, however, it's not due to anything related to the creative direction of the film. Instead, Sony has delayed the movie as a result of the ongoing COVID-19 crisis. The Uncharted movie has shifted from March 5th, 2021 to October 8th, 2021, a delay of around 7 months. The delay is surely due to how production was postponed before it could even begin. Given how the COVID-19 crisis is evolving with new developments every day, it seems the movie's new date is merely a projection. So it probably will get delayed again.
God, next year's going to be boring as fuck with all this shit getting delayed. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah. It'll either be really boring or the apocalypse will begin.
Oh, yeah. True.
Like, because right now...
That would be exciting. Not.
No, that would be exciting. I would love for that.
I mean, you definitely wouldn't be bored,
Yeah, I guess.
Well, maybe. Shit.
No.
It might be really boring.
No.
We don't know this,
We don't. No, we don't. I mean, I think it could be
the apocalypse
really
will start when the internet goes away. As soon as the internet...
Oh, no.
If the internet gets cut off, dude, everybody's rioting. The apocalypse is beginning.
Yeah, everyone's going to purposely go out and riot and catch COVID-19 at the riots.
I feel like everybody would already be kind of freaking out right now if we didn't have the internet. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't know, though, because you wouldn't have the internet.
Exactly. Everybody be sitting in their house like, what's going on out there, man?
And neighbors would be teaming up. They're like, I heard that somebody in New York burned down the fucking the Statue of Liberty. We gotta get out there, bro.
We gotta get to the CDC in California. No,
yeah, it's gonna be crazy. James wait, it's you, right? No, it's me. It's you.
It's somebody,
you.
Yeah.
It's you. You go ahead.
Okay. Pokemon Go is a game that thrives on people going outside, so you might not expect it to do well during a pandemic when players are stuck indoors. And yet, despite COVID-19 forcing people worldwide to self-isolate, Pokemon Go's revenue has gone up recently, according to a report from GameIndustry.biz. For the week ending March 16th, according to data taken from Sensor Tower, Pokemon Go's gross revenue hit $23 million, a 67% increase on the week before. In fact, 13% of revenue earned by the game so far in 2020 was earned during that week, despite people not being able to play as they usually would.
You know what this means? That information is actually going to be looked at by the government, and they're going to instate martial law because you guys, Pokemon Go is ratting you people out.
You can still socially isolate and play Pokemon Go. You just have to stay in the car, do the bubble boy thing, saran wrap the cracks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to be breathing that in.
No, you got to wear a mask, you know what I mean?
Gosh, dude, this is sad.
Get one of those hazmat suits. You know what I mean?
Those are. I'm sure those are fairly cheap on Amazon right now. So the Final Fantasy VII Remake isn't set to launch until April 10th, but Australian and European players may find the game ahead of time. Square Enix has opted to ship the game to both regions early in order to offset any disruptions caused by the coronavirus pandemic. In a statement on its official Twitter account, the Final Fantasy VII Remake team said it wants to ensure everyone can play the game at the same time. This includes areas facing the most disruption, such as Europe and Australia. Shipping the game earlier could result in those regions playing it before everyone else. So the team asked that players do not spoil its story. Yeah, right. We know that there are potential spoilers that have been out there for over 2 decades, as the original Final Fantasy VII was released in 1997.
I was about to say,
yeah. But Final Fantasy VII Remake is a new game that still has many surprises for everyone. Oh, so there's some new stuff in there. The team continued, quote, "All our fans and players deserve to experience the game for themselves, and we ask for the support of our dedicated community around the world to ensure that it doesn't get spoiled." Square Enix added that its highest priority is making sure everyone can play the game at launch. As a result, there is a greater chance that some of you in these regions will now get a copy of the game prior to the worldwide release date of April 10th. So guys, I believe in you. No,
I don't know, man. There better not be too many surprises in this game, or they're going to piss people off. I think people want to remember the game how it was like, how it played out. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
If they make like dramatic changes to how like the end of the Midgar sequence works or anything, I feel like it'll piss everybody off. You know what I mean?
I agree. I've been saying this from the get-go that it's going to be a different game. I said that. And everybody's like, no, bro, it's going to be...
Everybody laughed!
No, everybody laughed at me. But look at us now. Coronavirus, pandemic. We are living it. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of which, have you seen the mixed reviews for Resident Evil 3?
What? Okay, another thing that I called... Not many people liked Resident Evil 3 in the first place.
Yeah, in the OG Resident Evil 3. Yeah, you're right.
And apparently they're saying that they changed the way the Nemesis thing works to where he's really only relevant during like cutscenes and stuff.
Right, because in
like,
2 there's a Nemesis-like character called Mr. X.
Yeah.
That follows you around with like this weirdly intelligent AI. It's terrifying. You know what I mean? And from what I've read, Nemesis doesn't have the same kind of like brain power. Like at the beginning of the game, he kind of stalks you a little, and then it kind of relegates to like boss fights as the game goes on. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
It's really only like for very specific scenes, is what it's saying.
At the same time, though, I'm kind of okay with that. I still want to try this game and play it myself because Mr. X was cool and all in the first game, but like it got to the point where I was so scared of him busting through a wall on me or something, like I couldn't focus on exploring. You know what I mean? So like, I'm okay with that element of the game kind of being like tempered a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
definitely going to wait till the price drops on this one, because I mean most like major news or gaming sites are giving it like pretty bad reviews. Like GameSpot gave it a 6.
Yeah,
it's like,
but see, IGN gave it a 9, so I mean it's getting some hefty mixed. Yeah. But at the same time, Resident Evil 2 was pretty much universly loved, and it got a price drop pretty quick. So you're right about waiting on a sale. I think we'll probably see this on sale in the next, 4 or 5 months. You know what I mean?
What you got over there? It's your turn, Brent.
Oh yeah. Okay. We talked we talked about the new Mario games. Okay. So this, I'm not going to read this whole article, but basically, Xbox partner director Jason Ronald. Where'd you get that?
I
don't know. It just sounded fancier in my brain. Jason Ronald, he was talking about the new controllers. And he's talking about how they're going to do AA batteries again on the next generation.
Yeah.
But basically, the only reason they're doing that is because an overwhelming majority of Xbox consumers want AA batteries. Like, they did a poll, or not an overwhelming majority, but like 50%. He said 50% of the players almost exactly wanted AA batteries. And he feels like doing AA batteries can accommodate the other 50% because you could just buy the battery pack,
Yeah.
And I'm with him on that, Honestly, I don't like PlayStation's controller because the internal battery is shit. It dies instantly. If I buy some lithium batteries and stick them in my Xbox, I don't have to think about it for like a week. You know what I mean?
That, or you could just buy, like, I have rechargeable AA batteries.
Yeah, actually, I've been using that lately because my Oculus drains batteries bad, so I bought a bunch of rechargeable batteries, and it just happens to work with my Xbox too, so it's cool.
Yeah, and it's like you said, having an internal battery that you can't replace is whack, because then it once it dies, it's dead. Especially
with PlayStation, where a big part of the controller is this big blue light on the controller that just sucks the battery.
The big light bulb.
Oh my god, it is like a battery drain. I have it turned all the way down, and it still like just eats your battery so fast. Like,
for sure, and I'm sure on PS5 that won't be an issue. But
that's one of the biggest things I hope they fix with PS5. I know that sounds stupid, but I want that battery on that controller to last fucking forever. I don't mind an internal battery so much, but just make it like a good ass battery. You know what I mean?
They just add 3 more lights to the side. So this is by way of James O'Connor at GameSpot. He says, Nier Automata, one of the most beloved games of this console generation, is going to expand to a wider audience soon. The Become as Gods edition of the game, which includes all of the DLC released for the PS4 version, is joining the Game Pass subscription service on April 2nd. The game is coming to the console version of the Xbox Game Pass, so PC users are out of luck. But Xbox One players who have not checked out the critically acclaimed action title will be able to dig into it very soon. I'm pretty excited about that. Like hopefully it's not a huge download, but everybody's saying this game is like amazing.
What game is it again? I'm sorry.
Nier Automata.
Nier Automata. You're right. And the remake is called something different, right? It's like Nier Remake or some shit.
Nier Remake. I have no idea.
They had some kind of name for it. It was like Nier Redo or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it does look interesting. I don't know. It doesn't really look like my kind of thing, but it's got a lot of critical acclaim.
Well, a lot of people are saying that it's dope, dude.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely heard that it's dope, for sure. I don't know. I just don't know what to think about it. You know?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It's kind of like Dragon Quest or something. Like, everybody likes it, but it's like, I don't know. Am I going to like it?
I don't think everyone likes Dragon Quest. I think it's
got
very
a pretty
specific
healthy
group
fan base,
of people.
dude. The people that like it, like, really like it.
Yeah, but Nier Automata is like more like I think it's closer to games like what's that game called? Oh my gosh. Because it's a Platinum game. It's made by Platinum Games. So it's going to be like Devil May Cry, like that kind of game.
Oh, I thought it was like a JRPG.
No, it's a mix between like Devil May Cry and like Dark Souls and like some weird shit.
Oh, I might actually like it then. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to give it a test.
I'm gonna give it a spin.
At least look at the trailer.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
You round out the news. I'm out of news.
Okay,
so.
I got a bit of news, so I'm just gonna blast through these. Most of these I won't actually read the thing. Okay, Nintendo Switches are getting hard to find, guys. COVID, all that stuff.
19.
Yeah, 19. Making the Switches hard to find. Animal Crossing probably has something to do with that.
Dude, apparently, not only are Switches getting price gouged right now, the Ring Fit game for Switch is getting price gouged right now.
What?
Yeah, the like exercise game for Switch. It's like an RPG. It has like a ring and like you put your Joy-Cons on it and like you do. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so this game right now is like on Amazon. It's going for like $400.
Oh my god! If you have $400 to spend on an exercise game, just buy a fucking Oculus Quest, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you can get way better exercise. Just like plus a Switch. You kidding me? Like, you know what I mean? You could get Beat Saber, and
you could just buy a Switch though for $400.
Yeah, you could get a Switch, but I mean, like, I think these people are thinking, okay, I'm going to exercise indoors, you know what I mean? So I'm going to get this Ring Fit. Dude, $400, you got me fucked up. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
I definitely understand, like, okay, let's exercise indoors, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not blowing my stimulus check on Ring Fit, bro.
Yeah, you got me fucked up. You could buy you, like, $100 worth of Jane Fonda tapes and be better off than that, you know
There we go. I like that.
Okay. Oh, but also the Switch Lite is still available, kind of. So if you're looking to get a Switch, you might want to look into Switch Lites because they're not quite as in demand.
Disappeared.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. While we continue to practice social distancing, digital media is becoming even more crucial for entertainment, from streaming services to downloadable games to ebooks. Last week, streaming service Shudder upped its free trial to 30 days with a promo code. So if you're bored, basically, you can go watch some horror movies for free for 30 days. Yeah. Oh, but Comixology, that place where I was reading the Lock and Key comics, they're doing a 60-day free trial now instead of a 30-day. So, that shit is a lot of fun. Like, they've got some really good stuff you can read on there. Like 25,000 different comics or something. So that's definitely worth looking into.
Also, a little update to that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remaster thing. It's a timed PS4 exclusive.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and
that's
it's going
to...
it won't come to other consoles till April 30th. Or other systems. So during COVID-19, wow, they're really out here.
That's
really
wrong.
Out here doing that.
You think they could just be like, "Look, guys, it's the COVIDs. We're all getting it."
No, Sony was like, we paid for that exclusivity.
They're wrong for that. Okay,
Anyways.
Let's see. Here's an article. Again, won't read the whole thing. Niantic is basically making it easier to play Pokemon Go from home. You can hatch eggs easier just by walking around your house, running on treadmill, etc. They're doing 1 coin Poke thing bundles where you can get like 50 Pokeballs for 1 coin. You know what I mean? And they're making it to where you can do raids from home now. So you can just, call up your buddy. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. It just didn't happen. Okay, good. Whew. Call up your buddy. Jump in a raid with him.
Nice.
It can happen. Let's see. Oh, okay. Target's got a buy two get one free sale that's going to start up pretty soon. So keep an eye on like Target's website or whatever. But they're going to have games like Doom Eternal in the sale, Persona 5 Royale, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Dreams, Neo 2, MLB The Show. As well as like good games from last year, like the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Death Stranding and stuff. So if you're looking to pick up some new shit, you know what I mean? It might be a good idea to pick up 2 new shits and get one new shit for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. No, that's awesome.
Also, Lock and Key. I know we've been talking a lot about Lock and Key on this show, but it's a really interesting show. It's on Netflix. It just got renewed for season 2, so that's exciting for all you Lock and Key fans out there. Let's see. We talked about Final Fantasy VII. Let's see. Oh, Rick and Morty guys got a new show coming out called Solar Opposites. It's going to be on Hulu on May 8th. Every episode will drop on May 8th. It's going to be a Hulu exclusive. It looks really funny. I don't know.
I'm going to have to check that out. I haven't even heard about that. That's cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, did we talk about the mini direct from Nintendo?
No, we didn't. What the heck? I didn't even put that in my news.
That's okay. I got most of the stuff here. But most importantly, they announced BioShock,
the collection.
Yeah. They announced 2K announced a lot of stuff. They had the BioShock collection, the XCOM games. They announced
Borderlands,
the collection. So like all the Borderlands games, all the BioShock games, and XCOM 2 or some shit are coming to Switch pretty soon.
So exciting.
Really good stuff.
It's going to be like the 19th time I purchased BioShock.
Same here. But dude, can you imagine having it on the go, bro?
Oh, man.
And I like that they're feeling like experimental with the BioShock thing. Maybe they'll put it in VR pretty soon, I just crossing the fingers over here.
Yeah, that's a very Brent crossing his fingers thing. But like I wonder how the Borderlands stuff is going to work. I wonder how the online is going to work with that. Hopefully it's there, because
that would be the ultimate, to just like bring your Switch over and like sit down with a friend. And,
play local co-op or whatever. But also the apparently with Borderlands, if you buy the physical version of the game, only Borderlands 1 is on the cartridge. And then, like, you have to digitally download the other 2. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Gosh, that's probably going to be a pretty big download.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute.
They also announced that the next Smash Bros. DLC character is a character from ARMS.
Yeah, which they didn't say which character. They were just like, tune in, whenever we decide to tell you, that then, we'll let you know.
It makes sense. I was expecting an ARMS character to come into Smash Bros. At some point. You know what I mean?
I feel like they kind of just snuck that in there, though, like, because they were just like, oh, people aren't going to be too excited about this.
Yeah, so they just kind of just dropped it like
oh, yeah, ARMS, and there's a character coming to Smash Bros. Yeah.
Usually they make this big, like, fucking cinematic scene, you know what I mean? It's just
yeah.
like, oh, we got ARMS in Smash Bros.
Yeah, I think that was just a way for them to get that first character out without anybody getting pissed off, or like saying anything. They're just like, here you go.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, one of the first horror games for PlayStation 5 has received its first trailer.
Ooh.
Developer Team Kill Media has released the first trailer for the cosmic horror first-person shooter game Quantum Error. The trailer looks impressive, but the studio cautioned that the footage was generated in-engine and is a work-in-progress look at how the game is coming along. As such, it does not represent the final game, so keep that in mind while looking at the trailer. Honestly, I think they're warning that because the game doesn't look as good as it's going to look, because, like, it doesn't look that impressive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it looks okay at best. You know what I mean? I think it's going to look better whenever it's done.
Hopefully.
I don't know. That being said, it is nice to know that we have one more game confirmed coming to the PlayStation 5, regardless of how good it looks. That's exciting. Let's see. Doom Eternal. They didn't put a pistol in the game for some reason, but there is a way to get the pistol they would have put in the game if you're playing on PC. You just have to get the console commands going with Cheat Engine, and you can pull it up. So you can probably look up how to do that online if you want to, but there is a pistol in Doom Eternal if you're playing on PC, and check it out. Okay, this is kind of interesting. When NBA 2K16 depicted the tattoos of LeBron James, Keon Martin, Eric Bledsoe on its in-game models, it led to a lawsuit from the original tattoo artists.
That's so dumb.
I know. Tattoo company
So
Solid
dumb.
Oak Sketches filed a lawsuit against Take-Two Interactive and Visual Concepts, claiming the companies didn't license the tattoo. What are they supposed to do? Just change their tattoos?
Well, also, like, okay, we get the point here, but my thing is like, what about whenever they're on camera playing basketball?
Anywhere.
Yeah, like,
you just sue ESPN every time they're on camera? Like,
did they pay for? They already paid for the license when they paid for the fucking tattoo, dumbass.
shouldn't this just be good advertisement for your tattoo shop? Like, you know?
But like I said, when you pay for a tattoo, you are paying for that image to be on this person. So wherever that person goes, that image belongs to them, not to you.
Yeah, you can't just be mad at LeBron James or like any place for displaying LeBron James' tattoo. I don't know, that's stupid. But apparently the federal judge thought it was stupid too and ruled in favor of the developers, saying that the tattoos make such a minor appearance in the game that copyright can't be claimed and that an implied license was granted via the players, according to the Hollywood Reporter.
Dumb.
So,
Classified as dumb.
That's dumb as hell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Final Fantasy 14. If you're playing Final Fantasy 14 and you don't have enough money to pay for your subscription or whatever, basically they'll tear your house down in the game if you don't pay for your subscription in 30 days after, but they're canceling that for the time being. So if you can't pay for your account, they won't destroy your house right now.
Oh,
so
how great of them.
yeah. So don't worry, you won't get evicted due to the COVIDs right now. Let's see. Oh, another thing for the surprise Nintendo Mini release. They released Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Good Job, Panzer Dragoon Remake, and Shizaki Into the Depths. That was like, they all got released.
And Star Wars Pod Racer, like Episode 1 Racer.
I was getting there. That's coming. It's not out just yet.
No.
But it will be out very soon. And I am hyped about that.
I'm not really hyped about it because the game's not that great, but I'm hyped just because it's fucking weird. Like,
I used to play the shit out of it. I used to have it on computer back in the day. I was like constantly playing it.
It's like one of the most common N64 games you can find. Like, you can buy it like at any retro game store and they'll have like 6 or 7 copies of it. But my thing is like, it's one of those games where it was great when it first came out. Like, I loved it as a kid, but like going back, I have it on N64. It doesn't hold up, bro.
I can only imagine. Well, the N64 one was worse than the PC one, and like, the PC one probably doesn't even hold up now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm still down to get it just to try it. Like,
I'm sure
on Switch.
they've brushed it up a little probably for the Switch. I doubt it's like the same exact game.
Yeah,
like,
dude, that'd be tight though. That'd be tight if they like remastered it and remade it.
That's what I'm saying. That remaster going?
Now this is pod racing, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, here's kind of a fun one. Chip maker AMD has acknowledged that a hacker stole some of the company's graphics IP and is reportedly demanding $100 million for its safe return.
Oh my goodness.
In a statement to its website, AMD said it was contacted in December 2019 by an individual who claimed to have access to test files for the company's current and future graphics products. Some of these assets were posted online to the graphics forum GitHub before AMD took them down with a DMCA notice. This person has obtained additional files beyond the ones made publicly available, AMD said. The company said it's working with law enforcement and experts in criminal investigation. AMD attempted to downplay the significance of the breach, saying, "We believe the stolen graphics IP is not core to the competitiveness or security of our graphics products." The company went on to say that it has no reason to believe the hacker has any other AMD tech in their control at this time.
So if they don't, why? My thing is just like,
why would you make a public statement about it? Yeah,
you're asking to go to prison for life. Like, what is your problem? Like, I feel like if you have it, then sure. I mean, you're already, probably going to go to prison either way. go ahead and, put that statement out there and try and get your money. But if you don't, then why put yourself in the situation where you could go to prison for life if you don't actually have this and you're not going to get the $100 million?
Oh, he's definitely got it. Like, there's no question in my mind. But it says the company went on to say, or blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Torrent Freak reports that the hackers stole graphics code related to AMD's Navi and Ardent GPUs. The Ardent GPU is said to be the code name for the 12 teraflop Xbox Series X GPU. The person claiming to be the perpetrator told Torrent Freak that they have discovered the source code on an unprotected computer/server and accessed it by using some exploits.
Nice.
Nice. This person said the value of the source code is $100 million, but it's unclear how they arrived at that figure. Whatever the case, the person claiming to be the perpetrator said if no one comes forward with the cash to buy the code, they will just, quote, leak everything. GameSpot has contacted Microsoft seeking additional clarification. So they got a little ransom situation going over here. It's kind of interesting, $100 million seems a little steep, though. I probably would have asked for a little less just to
just get $1 million.
Yeah, just give me $1 million. We'll call it a day. This guy's getting a little greedy, too big for his boots. He might have had something going here if he just asked for a little less money.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he figured if I get $100 million, then I can use some of that. I can hide some of that money and use it for my legal fees.
Maybe he's just letting him know he's not messing around.
Okay.
He needs $100 million unmarked bills.
Nerds.
Right now.
Nerds.
Okay, cool. Let's see. We talked about. I forgot to even mention Catherine. They announced full body for the Switch. Sorry.
Very cool.
Okay. Bethesda has delayed the release of Fallout 76 Wastelanders update due to COVID-19.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's because of COVID-19.
In a statement, Bethesda confirmed that developers are now working from home, and this has impacted the April 7th release of Wastelanders update on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Wastelanders is a much anticipated update as it introduces NPCs to the game. Working from home has affected Bethesda's ability to perform final testing on Wastelanders. As such, Bethesda has moved the release date by 1 week to April 14th. So still not that long of a wait, and there should be all kinds of fun stuff to do when that drops. I'm really excited about this. I haven't touched Fallout 76 in a while, but I'm definitely going to pick it back up around that time, especially if the shit's all still going down. Okay. One last thing. Let's see. Epic Games has announced another major move in the game's publishing business. The Fortnite and Unreal developer has created a new multi-platform publishing division, boasting some of the most developer-friendly terms ever, and it signs some big names to kick things off. The new division, Epic Games Publishing, will publish new games from Gen Design, The Last Guardian, Play Dead, Limbo, and Inside, and Remedy Entertainment, Alan Wake, and Control. Epic said these are the first partners to announce deals with Epic Games Publishing, which suggests there may be more coming over time. But basically, they're going to... Okay, hang on, let me get down to what they're going to be doing for these people. Epic will pay up to 100% of all development costs for Epic Games Publishing titles. This includes salaries for developers and everything else required to launch a game, such as QA, localization, marketing, and all publishing costs. So how does Epic make money? Epic Games Publishing titles will split profits 50-50 between the developers and Epic Games. Developers earn a fair share for their work. Once costs are recuperated, developers earn at least 50% of all profits, Epic said in a statement. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney said in a news release, "We're building the publishing model we always wanted for ourselves when we were working with publishers." Epic Games publishing boss Hector Sanchez added, "Gen Design, Remedy, and Playdead are amongst the most innovative and talented studios in the industry, with strong visions for their next games. They will have full creative control, while Epic will provide a solid foundation of project funding and services." Specifics on the new games from these companies and more details on Epic Games Publishing Division will be announced in the coming months.
It's pretty interesting. I'm ready to see what Remedy is going to do now that they're done with Control and they have publisher support from Epic.
And I feel like Control went over pretty well, you know?
Yeah, Control definitely did well. I hope Control comes to Game Pass soon. It kind of sucks that I don't want to pay for it, but I definitely want to play it.
I think Control, whatever they do next is going to be amazing, because Control is one of like 7 games that was made with like ray tracing and stuff in mind, so they've been thinking next gen for a while now.
Even though they didn't have the budget for it.
Exactly.
Really.
Like, I really think this next game, whatever they put out next, is going to be sick. I kind
of wish Microsoft would have purchased Remedy, and for Xbox, Series X. That would have been great.
I really wish that would have happened too. There was talks about them partnering up for a little bit, and then it kind of dissipated really quickly.
Well, it was for Game Pass.
Yeah. And I doubt that's going to happen now with Epic on the train, but who knows,
For sure.
2 more. I'm sorry, I didn't realize they're short though. Apparently, the Nintendo Switch has officially outsold the Wii in Japan, which is pretty crazy.
Damn, that's intense.
Yeah, they sold like 12.8 million units or something recently. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the Wii was one of the best-selling consoles of all time.
Yeah.
So for it to outsell in Japan specifically, I imagine that's a big deal.
And I bet it'll outsell everywhere else pretty soon too.
I don't know about all that, because dude, go look at the Wii numbers. The Wii numbers are insane.
Yeah, I still see Wii's laying around in people's houses.
Yeah, everybody and their fucking grandma had a Wii. Not everybody and their grandma has a Switch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways.
In celebration of Half-Life Alyx's launch, developers Evil Empire and Motion Twin dropped a new Dead Cells PC update that includes some direct references to Valve's first-person shooter. The update, which is the 18th in the Dead Cells lifecycle, adds a ton of new content alongside Half-Life items such as Freeman's crowbar and a series-inspired skin.
Nice.
The game gets extra goodies like portable door that gives you back protection, 6 brand new enemies, more affixes on many of the game's skills, and more. And this is out on PC, but it should be coming pretty soon to consoles too. So
nice. Yeah, Dead Cells is a wonderful game. So that's it for the video game news this week. We're going to jump on over to this week's releases, where we're going to let you know what brand new games are coming out in the next 7 days. I'm going to let Brent start reading this real quick. You could go ahead and take a sip. Brent's got to get that bang energy in his body before he does this, because I have to go off scene right now to piss. So, all right, Brent.
Don't let him fool you. He's going to be taking a big fat dump.
Oh, no. There's no way.
Big fat steamy dump.
I would need 20 years. No, I'm just kidding. I've been building one up for a good while.
You just come out and the show's over. All right. This week's releases, going to take you guys through it real quick. So we're going to start off with Lost Artifacts, Golden Island. It's going to be coming to Xbox One on April 1st for $2.99. Nice cheap little game here. Claire and her team are in trouble again. Their airplane flew into a terrible storm and crashed on an uninhabited island in the middle of the ocean. When they woke up, our heroes went out in search of help. After wandering a while, Claire found a village full of Atlanteans who offered to help them get their homeland back. Okay. And to teach the wicked ruler of the underwater world a lesson. Dare to travel an unknown country full of secrets and mysticism in this exciting casual strategy game. Lost Artifacts Golden Island. A multitude of varied quests, over 40 levels, a happy plot, simple and entertaining gameplay, and a mysterious world. All this awaits you right now.
All right. I'm back from the piss. So here we go.
Big steamy shit.
It just fucking it just got vacuumed out. Anyway, so next up is Totally Reliable Delivery Service, coming to Xbox One, Switch, PS4, PC, and mobile on April 1st for $14.99. Totally Reliable Delivery Service is a ragdoll physics-driven sandbox game that up to 4 players can enjoy together. Work together or against each other to deliver packages to customers using a variety of vehicles and odd machines. Safe deliveries are rewarded, but mayhem is highly encouraged. And then we got Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. Coming to Xbox One on April 1st for $13.99. Shaolin vs. Wu-Tang is a one-on-one combat game featuring hand-to-hand and weapon combat. No flashy over-the-top effects, just combat influenced by classic kung fu films. The game features authentic fighting sounds from films and a licensed soundtrack with great music from classic kung fu movies, serving as a real love letter to classic 70s and 80s kung fu cinema. I thought they were going to have Wu-Tang Clan.
I was going to say, if Wu-Tang Clan isn't involved in this in some capacity, I don't want it. You know what I mean?
Me either.
You can't just have Wu-Tang in the name, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. Like, that is officially not like a martial art form anymore. That is Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? Like,
show. And if you have a licensed soundtrack, you gotta have Wu-Tang Clan on there. Yeah. At least unlockable.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. What if he was just like a DLC character? He could just be like Old Dirty Bastard, and you're just like fighting like some dope ninja guy. That'd be tight.
That'd be tight.
I want that game.
Me too. It'd be like a modern Def Jam. We got Snaky Bus coming to Switch and Xbox One on April 2nd and April 3rd, respectively, for $11.99.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yes.
Snaky Bus.
Snaky Bus.
Ooh.
And if it's in German, it would be Snaky Bus. And then we got Become the Bus Driver of the most unusual vehicle on the streets in Snaky Bus. The length of your bus grows as you pick up more people. Snaky Bus requires a balance between reflexes and forethought. Weave through the city streets and pick up as many passengers as you can. Drop your passengers at their destination to cash in. The more people you drop off, the more your bus grows in length. Play smart and avoid crashing into yourself. And then we got In Zone, A World Apart, coming to PC on April 2nd. Couldn't find a price, but in 2021, a group of terrorists blew up nuclear power plants around the world and plunged the world into chaos. Only few were able to escape into underground facilities called In Zones. 150 years later, mankind returns to the surface, under your command, in an extremely hostile environment full of radioactivity. Contaminated rain, and extreme climate change. You'll have to prove your worth as a leader. Okay, and then we got Curious Expedition coming to Switch and Xbox One on April 2nd and April 3rd, respectively, for $14.99. Curious Expedition is a roguelike expedition simulation set in the late 19th century. Together with famous personalities, you will venture on unprecedented expeditions to regions never explored before for fame, science, and treasures. Put on your pith helmet and khakis and and make your way through a lush, procedurally generated world full of wonder and mystery.
Is it wrong that I just instantly stop caring if you say the words procedurally generated or roguelike? Yeah. Like, I just don't give a shit, dude, like, about any kind of roguelike. Like, I'm sorry, like, it's just overdone. Like, if you're an indie developer and you're listening to this, just stop.
Unless it's Dead Cells. Dead
stop.
Cells is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's both a roguelike and procedurally generated.
Yeah, well, they're the only people to do it right. So it's already been done well. Dead Cells did it, so you guys can just all stop.
Yeah,
you know?
Move the fuck on.
Sorry.
And then we got My Friend Pedro coming to PS4 on April 2nd for $19.99. My Friend Pedro is a violent ballet about friendship, imagination, and one man's struggle to obliterate anyone in his path at the behest of a sentient banana. The strategic use of split aiming, slow motion, and the stylish window breach create one sensational action sequence after another and an explosive battle through the violence underworld. Okay.
See, that game is tight. You know, indie developers, you need to be taking notes here. Worry more about your, like, split aiming mechanics and shit.
And bananas.
And less about your roguelite fucking procedural generations and shit.
For sure.
Know what I mean?
For sure. Mechanics first, procedurally generated shit later.
Yeah.
And then we got Resident Evil 3 and RE Resistance coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC on April 3rd for $59.99.
I'm still hyped about this. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not going to read all that because everybody knows what that is. And then we got a Hyper Parasite coming to Xbox One, Switch, PS4, April 3rd for $17.99. Hyper Parasite is a relentless twin-stick shooter brawler with roguelite mechanics and is set in the roaring 80s, offering cool looks, fast action, and tight controls. The on-screen cast of characters, 60 different classes, all of which you can control, exploiting their own attributes, weapons, and moves. There was not a single comma in that sentence. Let's see.
It's a roguelite sentence. It's
Yeah.
procedurally generated.
Procedurally generated sentence. But yeah, you get the point of that game. And then In Other Waters is coming to Switch and PC on April 3rd for $14.99. In the non-violent sci-fi story, In Other Waters, enter a world of wonder, fear, and vulnerability, unraveling the history and ecology of an impossible planet. Ellery Voss is a xenobiologist who has discovered extraterrestrial life while searching for her missing partner. When Ellery is called to the planet Gliese 677cc by Mine Nomura. I get it's sci-fi, but do you really got to name these characters like this?
Yeah, can't they just be like Steve,
Jimmy,
Jessica?
Only to arrive at an abandoned base, she finds herself adrift in a beautiful and mysterious ocean with little more than a malfunctioning diving suit and a strange AI to guide her. You are this AI.
The AI's name is blah, 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 blah.
Guide Ellery and keep her safe as you dive deeper and explore an underwater alien landscape. Okay, and then we got Random Heroes coming to Switch on April 3rd for $4.99. The Earth is being invaded by terrifying aliens. It's up to you and a bunch of random heroes to save the day and stop the invasion. Shoot and jump your way through over 108 levels to stop the alien menace and bring peace to the planet. Will you be able to survive? Collect a cold, hard cash to upgrade your arsenal and teach those invaders who's boss. Unlock new heroes to play as, each with their own unique stats. Challenge your way through 9 chapters, each with 12 levels. My God. It's a lot of levels.
Yeah, at least they're not procedurally generated.
That's true. At least it's not. They're set, defined 108 levels.
Yeah, they're there all the time.
And then we got Horror of the Deep coming to Xbox One on April 3rd for $9.99. Fallen into a giant old dungeon, unclear of your destiny, you have to descent deeper and deeper. Descent? You have to...
You must descend.
You have to descend deeper and deeper to a place where all screaming will be silenced. Okay. Horror of the Deep is an immersive first-person horror experience designed with a strong emphasis on exploration, atmosphere, and mystery. Cool. And then we got Disaster Report Summer Memories coming to PS4, Switch, and PC on April 7th for $59.99. When a massive earthquake strikes your city, you find yourself at the epicenter of a chaotic and catastrophic crisis. In Disaster Report 4 Summer Memories, it is up to you to rise above the calamity, collect your thoughts and your fellow survivors, and outlast the disaster. Aftershocks, fire, falling buildings and debris, and unstable ground are but a few of the threats you will face in these nightmarish circumstances. And yeah, sounds interesting. And the way the game looks, it kind of looks like graphics wise and stuff. It kind of reminds me of Shenmue. Like, I don't know why.
Interesting. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. But Form is coming to PS4 on April 7th. Couldn't find a price for this game. In a world where puzzles are built from memories and dreams, explore impossible and mysterious spaces that transform around you. Form takes you on a journey only possible in virtual reality. Whether opening mysterious cubes or creating shapes and patterns of pure energy, players make use of the dexterity manipulation and tactile sensation using interactive motion controls.
I actually played this the other day. It's on Viveport Infinity right now. It's pretty good. It looks really good. Like, all the graphics are like dope.
It's coming to PS4 now, or PSVR. So.
I was about to say, because it's already on computer. It's all right. It's like kind of just like my problem is like I'm sick of like room escape games on fucking VR. Like, you know what I mean?
It's a cliche at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's cool, I like room escapes, but there's just so many, like, the genre in VR is done to death because it just works well in VR, like the idea of like searching through a room and finding little puzzle pieces to get yourself out of the room. It works well in VR, but I'm tired of it,
Yeah, for sure. And then finally, we have Below, coming to PS4 on April 7th. Couldn't find a price for this one. And the mysterious game Below. Test your adventure mettle against the Isle's procedural subterranean labyrinths.
I was waiting for it. I knew it.
Explore a large, interconnected underworld crawling with cunning creatures, deadly traps, and a mysterious shadowy presence. Survive the perils of the depths and unearth what lies below. Run and gun in this roguelite shooter. Oh, God. Or die trying. Okay, and that's it. That's the games that are coming out in the next 7 days.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know if we mentioned it last week, but Persona 5 is coming out at some point. If it's not,
we did
already
mention
out.
that,
We
but
did, yeah.
didn't it get like they're having like delays?
I know that
for
some people already have it. I think they might have did what they did with Final Fantasy, because like somebody in the group I'm in like posted a picture of them with like the steelbook version of it.
No, some people are getting it, but some people who pre-ordered it are still like are getting their shipments delayed.
Oof.
So if you ordered a physical copy, good luck.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, that's it for this week's releases. We're going to jump on over to the games that are coming out for Games with Gold. I don't know if you got the PlayStation games this week.
No, I'll find them, though.
Okay.
It'll be quick.
Well, coming to Xbox One for Games with Gold, or Gold members, Project Cars 2 is coming April 1st through the 30th. And then Knights Pen and Paper Bundle is coming from April 16th through May 15th. And then on the Xbox 360 / Xbox One titles, you got Fable Anniversary coming to April 1st through the 15th, and then Toy Box Turbos April 16th through the 30th. So you got yourself some shitty games there. Besides Fable Anniversary.
Project Cars 2 is a dope game, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
is it though?
It really is.
Didn't they like stop the online servers though?
No,
already?
you're thinking of that other game.
It's like Car Squad.
I can't remember. Drive Club.
Drive Club. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're thinking of Drive Club. Project Cars 2, first of all, is just generally a dope game. It's overlooked because of games like Forza and Gran Turismo and stuff, but it's just as good as those games. Okay. And second of all, it is the best racing game I've ever played in VR, for sure. Like,
okay, you're just looking at this from a VR perspective.
No. It's good from both perspectives. Like, if you play like the flat version, it's a great game. If you play the VR version, it's a great game. Like, it's all around just like a great game. Like, I don't know. If you like racing games, like, I don't know. It's a good game.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Okay, so we got April over here, April 2020. Let's see what we got here
for PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 4. Okay, it looks like we're also getting a racing game. We're getting Dirt Rally 2.0.
Oh.
That'll be available from April the 7th. And we're also getting an Uncharted 4 A Thief's End, which is, pretty good game. Most outlets gave it like 9s and 10s and stuff.
Yeah, it's a part of the Uncharted series. You get what you get. Naughty Dog.
Yeah, Dirt Rally 2 is also a great VR racing game. But if you want to play the VR version of it on PS4, you have to buy like a $7 upgrade or something to the base game.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Wow. Wow. What do they think? We got money out here?
I know.
We're all on unemployment.
I know. It's true. It's true.
Thank you, COVID-19. Anyways, so... yeah, those are the games you guys can grab for free if you are members of Games with Gold or Sony's, what is it called on PlayStation?
PlayStation Plus?
Yeah, PlayStation Plus. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever over there. Anyways, no, just kidding. So we're going to jump on over to currently playing. We're going to tell you what guys we're playing. No, we're going to
all the guys we're playing, man.
Tiger King 2.0, bro. No, we're going to tell you what games we're currently playing. Last week, I beat Cuphead 2. Or no, not 2.
I was like,
my
did
bad.
I miss something? I was like...
Last week, I beat Cuphead for the second time.
Exclusive access to Cuphead 2.
Yeah, that would be dope. No,
that would be so dope.
But it inspired me to play something very hard. I wanted to get, I became just like Brent did. Yeah, I wanted to get hard, very hard. So what I did was I got Doom Eternal. And I've been playing Doom Eternal. I've been streaming it. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning of this show, but I've been streaming it in nightmare mode, and I'm pretty close to the end, guys. So whoever's watching this stream of our show, if you are, or if not, or if you're listening to it, you should go check out our stream at twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast. And I'll always post like a little heads up, probably like 30 minutes prior on our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast, letting you guys know that I'm going on and playing it. And I'll just be jamming music on Spotify, so like you guys can just request music and I'll just be playing. I'll talk to you guys in the chat and just have fun over there. I want to try and beat it.
I'm gonna go request really obnoxious music and like make you listen to it while you play it.
Whenever nobody's like requesting music, I'm just playing like my super like emo like Spotify playlists and stuff. So it's just like a lot of like you'll have like Bayside or like Chunk No Captain Chunk and like stuff like that. For Your Strong. It's pretty great. I'm just having fun, especially if you like that kind of music.
That sounds pretty great. You know what you need to do next once you accomplish Doom Eternal? You need to jump on Sekiro, dude. That needs to be your next achievement, dude.
Sekiro.
I really have faith that you can do it.
I think I could. I'll give it a go. I just don't want to pay full price for that.
Well, the thing about it is, I think once you're like halfway through the game, you'll be like, holy shit, I'm so into this. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel with Doom. Like, I feel like I'm starting to master everything.
Yeah, dude. Once you start getting that groove going, figure out the rhythm and stuff. Yeah.
Groovy, baby.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of got similar things. You should try it out next.
For sure. And then also in between everything, I've been playing Animal Crossing. Still
on the Animal Cross, still living up to the hype, still enjoyable.
I do have to say it's not living up to the hype for me just because there's only one island per console. So it's really upsetting because my girlfriend's been playing it a lot more than I have, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm letting her experience it because we're both on lockdown. There's nothing to do, and she's not going to play Doom, So like, I was like, I'll just get Doom and let her enjoy, Animal Crossing and just take that and roll with it. And so, but whenever I try to jump into the game, she's already unlocked the store and unlocked the museum and all this stuff. And once one person unlocks it, it's already unlocked for everybody else. So like, you don't get to go through the process of like playing the game.
Man, that's really fucked up that they don't have like separate save files you can do. Like, I don't know.
It is really, it's just a lot. It's bullshit, and I think it's their way of trying to
sell more consoles.
And Nintendo needs to patch that and fix that shit. Like, I'm sorry, but like, it's really upsetting.
I think a lot of people share that sentiment, dude. You're not the only person who's like upset about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm a huge Nintendo fanboy. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to criticize that where it's due. And I think that's just straight fuckery.
Especially in like a family game like this where it's just like, everybody's going to want to play. You know what I mean?
For sure. What have you been playing, Brent? I know you've been playing some stuff.
I've been playing a lot of stuff. I was playing a lot. I tried to get the most of that Viveport Infinity service, but I played a lot of random shit, and I honestly can't remember like 90% of it. You know what I mean? I didn't write it down before I like canceled my subscription and deleted it. But like, I played a lot of VR stuff this week, so you just know that. Just know that I didn't not play VR.
I'm so surprised that you played VR, Brett.
But the two standout games that I played from that service this week are I played a game called Synth Riders, which is like kind of like Beat Saber.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, but it's like basically your hands turn into these like glowing balls, like green and red balls, and like
yours don't do that normally.
Basically, all you're trying to do is touch the balls that like go with your hand color, like while the music is playing, and like it basically just makes you do like dance moves. Like, I don't know, it sounds stupid, but it's like really, really entertaining and like fun, and the music's like good and like
so like tricks you into dancing.
Kinda, yeah. It's like DDR, but for your hands. You know what I mean?
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with that, and the music, the soundtrack is really good. It's a lot of fun. And then I played a game called A-Tech Cybernetic, which is like, it's really good. Like, it was surprisingly good. What it felt like is what I wanted Doom VR to feel like. You know what I mean? It was like a better, It was like a better version of Doom VR. You know what I mean? Which is saying something, because I really enjoyed Doom VR. You know what I mean? But this game just had really good graphics, and like the monsters are scary as fuck. Like, they sneak up on you. The weapons all feel punchy. It's just a good game, like all around. So I played a little bit of that, and I'm still just wishing I could get that damn Half-Life Alyx. You know what I mean?
It'll happen.
Oh, it will happen as soon as I get some of that government money. You know?
I don't know if you should say that on on camera.
Well, hey,
we know the IRS our biggest fans.
I'm boosting the economy here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That once that stimulus check hits.
Once that stimulus check hits. Yeah. So I'm excited about that when that happens. But so in the meantime, I've been on the Xbox Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For PC.
Of course. You got to be
like,
on there.
I'm going to try some of these games and see if they look better on PC. You know what I mean? Just for shits. And I put Outer Worlds on my computer, and I played a little bit of it, but like I can't get into it for a second go through for some reason. Like I can't force myself through that sloggy beginning part again. You know what I mean? Like I want to play it again, but I don't want to go through the intro part again. Like
it was definitely like now that I look back at it, that game is definitely an almost amazing game.
Yeah, it's like a solid 8. You know what I mean? Like.
It was so close to being perfect. Like, it was just missing something. Like, a very small something.
Just a little bit of magic. You know what I mean? It was a good game, though. Like, I'm not hating. You know, I still really enjoyed it. It's just, like, I don't know if I can get back into it for a second run-through.
For sure.
And I played a little bit of Gears 5. This game... Okay, first of all, Outer Worlds... It looks a little bit better on PC, but the textures get a little weird when you, like, bump it up to Ultra. It's, like... Everything just kind of starts glowing and like the water's all slick and I don't know, it doesn't look as good as you'd think it would. You know what I mean? But then I put on Gears 5 and holy fuck, dude. Yeah,
Gears 5 is beautiful even like on just a normal Xbox One console.
Dude, it's so gorgeous, bro. Like if you put it on PC, they have like an install you can do for the Ultra Textures pack or whatever. And it's, like, just so fucking beautiful. Like, that is probably one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. Just, like, looking at it from that, I don't know, with the ray tracing, it's just, like, insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone a lot because they put the solo mode on there. Dude, that game is also beautiful. Like, that is one of the best looking games I've ever played. Like,
really?
It's so good looking, man. Have you played it?
I haven't, no.
Dude, you should check out the Warzone. It's a lot of fun. I don't really like team stuff because I don't want to mic up and, like, communicate and shit, you know? But
social distancing.
Yeah, I'm social distancing. But the solo mode is a lot of fun. I've been playing that a lot. But a weird one that I've been playing lately is Forza Horizon 4, dude.
Yeah, that's a good game.
It is a good game, and I've been playing a lot of it lately. I don't know why. I've just been in like the car racing mood. You know what I mean? But
so, like, it's kind of tough. It's a hard game.
It is a hard game,
and I don't know enough about cars. Like, whenever
I found an exploit kind of to make it easier, though. Like, and it's honestly my favorite part of the game now. Is like I go around and I race and I earn money, and then when I feel like I have enough money, I go to the auction in the game. There's a mode you can go to the auction house, and they have this like fake eBay kind of set up for cars, and you like real-time bid war against people like, on like cars that people are putting up for auction. You can put your own cars up for auction, and like you like actually bid on these cars and stuff, and then like I don't know, it's so much fun, and you can like win cars for extra cheap, and you feel all good. It's like, oh, I got this Camaro for 10 grand, like I don't know, it just feels good. And then you can drive your cars all around the map, and it's multiplayer. It's got a lot going for it.
Yeah, and it's just beautiful to just like drive around and
my God.
Take in the sights.
That's one of the things I've been going for this week is just really pretty games. And Forza Horizon 4 and Gears 5 are like two of the most pretty games I've ever played. Like they are seriously up there with like God of War 2018 and stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing that, and I also have been playing this hacked Pokemon ROM called Pokemon Gaia. It's like surprisingly good. It's just like a fan-made Pokemon game, but it's really good. You can look it up online and play it. It's really easy to find. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing.
Nice. So, you guys can let us know what you've been playing in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak or I guess you can just put it in the chat on, Twitch if you're on there. Unfortunately, we won't be responding to Twitch chat just because we can't really see it from where we're at. But, put it there and we'll see it after the show. We'll mention it next week or something. We'll figure this out. We'll figure out the whole streaming thing eventually. But anyway, so this week's topic of the show is retro games we played the most as kids. Now, when I say retro, I just mean games from childhood. It
doesn't have to be like retro.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like Pac-Man.
Yeah, like
or
Pong.
Galaga. Yeah. Anything, from the 90s and early 2000s, I consider retro. Even 360 at this point is kind of close to being retro. Like it's not yet, but as soon as Series X drops, it will be considered retro.
Yeah, totally.
But I don't have any 360 games on here, but well, if you have something, I count that as retro.
Yeah.
Anyways, so let's jump into it. You want to start?
Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. I mean, I can just blast through some of this.
Yeah, because it's not like a top 5 thing.
Yeah.
It's just we're just gonna kind of talk about it, and I just wrote some down to kind of jog my memory of it.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind when I think about being a kid playing video games is Turtles in Time. Like,
bro, Turtles in Time.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Fucking, like, the best SNES game. I don't know. It was so much fun. Like, I was always playing with a friend, Like, it was, like, really fun in 2-player mode, and you, like, beat your way through the levels and stuff.
It was the Borderlands of its time.
For real. And, like, each character had their own weapons and stuff, so everybody was always fighting over the guy with the stick.
Donatello, bro.
Yeah.
Donatello was the best. Like,
because he had that spinny move over his head where he'd, like, spin the stick and just fuck up everybody around him.
And his reach. Like,
reach, yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to play as Ralph because Ralph had like fucking the tiny ass little size.
Yeah.
And then so
I kind of liked him though, just because nobody ever wanted to be him, so I didn't ever have any competition, So I would just
that's true.
Yeah,
that's smart.
But then again, I would always lose like really bad.
Yeah. No, that was a great game. I played that a lot as a kid with cousins, family members, Brent, everybody. I have on here Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Ooh.
Specifically Vice City. I know we played a lot of San Andreas, but I feel like Vice City got more love from us, like, as a whole. Like, I feel like we played that way more than we ever played San Andreas.
It's because I had Vice City before any of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, on my Xbox. But the one that sticks out to me is 3.
And 3, but that's because it came as that bundle on. Remember whenever it first came to Xbox?
I remember. Yeah,
it came in like a box set. It was like Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City.
Yeah,
and I think it had the old ones too, huh?
No, it was just 3 and Vice City, but it was dope. It was like a really dope little bundle. I remember being psyched, but I only played Vice City when I got that because it was the newer, doper game,
Yeah.
But I remember 3 like sticking out to me because I would go over to Chelsea's house and like her brother would be playing it. Like her older brother would be sitting there and I would be like watching him just run around shooting people. I'm like, damn, this is like
it's magical.
Next level, dude. I remember the feeling like, whoa, like there's so much you can do in this game. Like, I don't know, just that thought, like, wow, he took that car and just drove across town with no loading screens. That was crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
Especially whenever like the most like, technical game that was out was probably like Max Payne or something. Like, where it was just like it was like
even Max Payne. I mean, Max Payne was like really good for its time, but it was like PC. Like you didn't see stuff like that quality on the like console. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't even know if Max Payne was out.
I don't think it was. Because I remember Max Payne like blowing my mind too, but like in a different way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
With bullet time.
Yeah.
No, like I think, even Mario 64. I think Mario 64 was like the most technical console game we had.
Dude, yeah. Max Payne is actually on my list of like games that like
played a lot.
That I played a lot because my grandmother had it on her like PC. My grandmother had this like dope PC back in the day, like.
Which made no sense because, like, I don't remember it looking anything special. It was just a super powerful fucking PC.
It doesn't look special by today's standards, but like when we got that thing, it was sick. Like, first of all, it was like a flat screen back whenever computers were like big fucking huge honking boxes, and also it was like it had the whole computer built into the screen like a Mac. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But it was like it was like a flat screen, but you could touch the screen. It was also touch screen. So like you could touch the apps and stuff, which I mean again, it's not crazy now, but
this
like
was before the iPod.
Yeah, this was
like the iPod Touch.
This was like
stuff.
Elder Scrolls Morrowind era, you know what I mean? So it's like, you got to think that thing was like next level, like,
Damn.
Like it could handle any game you put on it, it was crazy. Like
I remember that. I remember the day she got Morrowind. I remember that specifically from GameStop.
Oh yeah, for sure. She was always getting new games, and she would sit there and play them with me. We played Half-Life 1 all the way through together. Like, and I was like a little kid, and she like sat there and played that game with me.
Damn, dude, you had such a cool grandma.
Dude, yeah, we played Max Payne. I'm a little surprised she played through Max Payne with me because that shit is hardcore.
It's pretty freaking hardcore. She must have been good at games to play through Max Payne.
I did most of the controlling it, you know. She's just into like the story and like what the character was doing and stuff, you know.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, dude, I just recently played through Max Payne, and that game's pretty fucking difficult.
She was okay though. Like she would play like Myst and stuff, and she would actually do all the controls and stuff in Myst, you know what I mean? Which isn't like
it's more point
super
and click.
Crazy, but like yeah, I mean, she was still playing a game and like, you know, progressing through it and stuff. It was pretty wild.
For sure. No, another one that we could talk about is Star Wars Battlefront, the first Battlefront.
Man, yeah.
I played so much Star Wars Battlefront because this was back whenever bots were a thing, you know, like, you know, so even if my brother didn't play a lot of video games as a kid, like he would play every now and then. But I didn't really have anybody to play with if I wasn't at Brent's house.
Yeah, there wasn't any good competition. Yeah.
No, and there wasn't any good competition. There was no online play yet. You know, like there was, but it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't Xbox 360 era online. You know, like Halo 2 brought the whole Xbox Live thing to reality, but it still wasn't anything for, you know, Battlefront. So, anyways, that game was so cool because you could just have like all bots, and it would just be this all-out war. You know, like you just go out and there's like 100, you know, enemies, and you're just trying to take out their entire team. Like, you know, you could switch between like, you know, having a blaster or like a sniper and stuff like that. I just love that game, dude.
Man,
so
that's
much.
really dope. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I liked number 2 a lot also, and the PSP one. You know?
Oh yeah,
I played the PSP one a lot. I don't know.
Me too.
Another one I think about a lot whenever I think about like the computer and like that my grandmother had back in the day is No One Lives Forever 2. It was like kind of the game that got me into first person shooters. Like you play as this like spy girl who's got like a fucking like spy guns and shit, and you're like spying around shooting ninjas.
You're spying around.
It had really good graphics, first of all, for its time. It was like Halo looking quality, but like, you know, before all that, you know what I mean?
I remember everyone had swords in that
Everybody
game.
had swords. There was like crossbows and like just cool weapons. Like that was one of the best parts about the game was like the weapons were interesting, you know, and like they felt good. Like the whole game kind of had like a Half-Life 2 feel, but like with a James Bond coat of paint. You know what I mean?
For sure. I feel like they were trying to like take the hype from Tomb Raider and then just like put it into a first person shooter.
Yes, it kind of had that. I don't know, they almost did it, you know what I mean? I think if it had come out on Xbox or something, it would have been a really popular game, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, I love that game.
Another one that I played a lot was State of Emergency.
Yeah, we talk about this one a lot. It's a good game.
Yeah, I would just like play. I would just put on Trapped, you know, whatever. Like I was that like I would just have on like, you know, my own little soundtrack, because this was at the time whenever Xbox, you know, allowed that. So
oh yeah, dude.
You know, we'd have my playlist. It'd be switching between Blink-182, you know, some random Christian music for some reason, and then like Switchfoot and Trapped and all that stuff. Dude, it's a good time. Creed, you know, lots of Creed. Bro, this
always had the Creed going.
We're like 11, you know, just like hell yeah, we know what's up. No, but anyways,
our arms are wide open.
But yeah, I don't even know how I don't think State of Emergency could be a game today, because you basically like can just do mass shootings. Like you just
hey, we got No Russian remastered, dude. I mean,
that's true. That's in an airport too.
Yeah,
you know. But I feel like with State of Emergency, you're like running through malls, just like murdering everybody and like popping people's heads off and stuff, and like killing the cops and stuff. But yeah, good Rockstar game. Played game. That a lot.
Man, do you remember Worms? Like,
oh,
of course
dude.
You remember Worms, but I mean, like Worms Armageddon specifically.
I remember taking Worms like for the PC and putting it in a CD player, and it played the soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Like that's how much I experimented with that game. Like I was just like, I wonder what would happen if I took this game and put it in here. But yeah, no, Worms was a fucking phenomenal game, dude.
Such a good game, and to think they're making another one pretty soon is so exciting.
It's very exciting. Oh man, you get me hyped right now. I completely forgot they're doing that.
Dude, yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, here's one for you that'll get you back in the nostalgia realm real quick. And you remember all the skating games on PS1 that weren't Tony Hawk? Like,
oh, yes.
You remember like Street Skater with an 8 in it?
Yes, dude.
That was my shit.
That was a dope game.
Oh, and
Street Skater. What was the song that was on there? It's like something about the
Sublime.
sun.
They had that Sublime song on there. It's like, I've seen
Better days. Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh.
That's the jam.
That was the first time I had heard like real music in a game.
Dude,
like,
I was so hooked on that game. I would play that like nonstop. It had like, oh man.
Good times.
That was a seriously like good competitor for fucking Tony Hawk. You know what I mean? I feel like it was.
I don't know if it was a competitor. It was more like we hadn't played Tony Hawk yet or something. Like
maybe, but I had so much fun with it, dude. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
That game and fucking Rocket Power Team Rocket Rescue,
yes, dude.
Do you remember that?
I remember unlocking all the secret characters.
Dude, yeah, you could be like the Rugrats.
Yeah, Angelica, like on
Cat
fucking
Dog,
skates.
dude. Yeah.
That was a tight game.
That was a tight game.
There's a lot of PlayStation games like that where like you don't think about it, or you have to think really hard about it to remember them.
Dude, a lot of the Nickelodeon PlayStation games were good. Like, I feel like there was a point in time where Nickelodeon was putting out like decent quality video games.
Yeah, for the time, I mean? Like, for sure. Like Battle for Bikini Bottom was tight.
Oh yeah, and they did that other Rugrats game, the detective game or whatever, where you're like, I don't know. It was just a collection of mini games, basically. But you were like,
I don't remember that one.
I can't even remember what it was called, but it was a lot of fun. At least to me as a kid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Now I want to go and look up all the old Nicktoons games.
Right.
But probably the game that I played the absolute most and put way too much time into it, did everything that you could possibly do in this game and even more because I was just like trying to break the game. Not Call of Duty, Medal of Honor Frontline.
Oh, good game.
So good. Like I love the music of it. I love the game itself. I love the cheats you could put in, like big head mode or like random like change to the hat mode. So like people like the Nazis would be running around, but their head would be like, or like their hat would be a windmill or like just
dude,
like
that's like peak Medal of Honor right there, dude.
Yes,
man.
Dude. I just remember like you would see like someone coming around a corner. And like with the cheat on, and it would just be like a truck would just be floating up over this like hill, and then it just like come around, and you'd be like, "I sold it on eBay." Like it always sounded like they were saying, "I sold it on eBay" or something. Like I have no idea what they're saying. Like,
oh man, that was a good game, dude. That opening scene where you're like rushing the Normandy beach, it's man, you can't beat that. Like.
I still.
They totally stole it from Saving Private Ryan, but
it was made by Steven Spielberg. Spielberg made the story for that game.
Well, then that's like fair play.
Oh, so good, dude. Loved it.
Oh man, that was a really good one. Man, you know what I played a lot? Like I used to go hunting with my dad when I was a kid a lot, and like a lot of hunting is just sitting in a deer stand doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Waiting for the kill.
So I would have my like Game Boy Advance with the little backlight, you know. And I was always playing Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance.
I forgot about that.
Bro, this was such a good game. Like, okay, you know, it's whatever on the consoles because there's other good Mortal Kombats and stuff. But like, as far as like a handheld Game Boy version of Mortal Kombat, this game had it all. It had like weapons and stuff you could use, and like you could stab. Like, if you were like Sub-Zero, you could make like an ice sword and stick it through people. And like, it was cool.
They bleed out, like, or they'd be bleeding, like, so it'd be bleed damage.
And it was one of the few Mortal Kombat games that kind of had that Tekken style, where not only could you go forward and back, you could kind of go left and right. And they kept that going for the Game Boy version, and it worked surprisingly well. Like, I don't know, everything about it like worked just surprisingly well for Game Boy Advance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of handheld games that I spent a lot of time with, the 007 GoldenEye for the DS.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
It was like a pretty good first-person shooter for the DS.
That was when they did the remake for the Xbox too, but the DS one was more faithful to the source material, right?
This was before that. This
really?
was this was a GoldenEye sequel, but it had nothing to do with the sequel, or like it didn't really have anything to do with the first game or anything, but it was supposed to be a sequel. This wasn't a remake.
Interesting.
And it had dual, like you could like dual wield weapons and stuff in this one. It was really cool, really, really cool. I recommend like anybody who hasn't heard of it to go and YouTube it, because I feel like it was ahead of its time for sure.
Dude, yeah, I gotta get my hands on that.
Yeah, and like, well, the I don't know if you remember this, or like if anybody remembers this, but they were like talking about trying to bring Halo to the DS, and but it was actually the people who made this game used the same engine to recreate like one of the levels from Halo on the DS, and like you can still see footage of it, and like they did it as like a thing to show to Microsoft and be like, hey, let us make it for DS.
Yeah,
they turned them down obviously, but it's still out there. You can see it. It's pretty cool.
Man, that's really cool. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Do you remember the X-Men Mutant Academy,
bro? Dude, that was a fighter. That was a good fighter
game, dude.
I remember your sister bought that for you. I remember I was there the day that it showed up at your house, and we just sat there and played it. I remember I had to go home that day, and I was like, fuck, why did it come the day that I have to go home?
Dude, yeah, all the unlockable characters and shit. That game was so fun, man. Like, and there was like every X-Men character you could think of, like just like even weird ones like Havoc and stuff were in that game. Like,
yeah, dude. I remember like I like playing as what's his freaking name? Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, Nightcrawler was dope. Juggernaut was dope in that game. Magneto, dude, it was right up there with Marvel Nemesis as far as like X-Men games. You know what I mean? Like,
and the graphics were beautiful.
The
for the
graphics
time.
Were awesome. Yeah,
it was OG Xbox.
It looked really like the colors were really popping and vibrant, and like I don't know, all the textures looked good. It was a good game, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Ran really smooth on the original Xbox.
And of course, we got to mention the obvious is the Halos and the Super Smash Brothers games.
We played Super Smash Brothers. Oh man,
way too much of
insane amounts of Super Smash Brothers and Halo.
Yeah,
Halo took me a while to get into it. I had my Xbox with Halo for a long time before I actually played it. It's weird.
I remember whenever you're like, hey, we should try this out. Like, we're just like, because we ran out of games to play. We kept playing Dead or Alive for some reason.
And Oddworld.
Oddworld, yeah.
I was always playing, like, Abe's, or was it Munch's Odyssey? I think it was.
Yeah, it was Munch's Odyssey.
Yeah.
That was like a launch title for the Xbox. And so was Halo, obviously, but like, I remember specifically like the first time we started playing it, we were like, fuck, dude, like this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember like the first moment when I was like, oh shit, this game is amazing, is like we threw a grenade on top of another grenade, and that grenade blew up and launched the other grenade onto like one of our faces, and we were like, okay, this game is sick. Like, what have we been doing?
And the fact it was co-op.
Oh, co-op, dude.
That changed the game.
That's the thing. I was kind of young, and I was like too scared to play the game by myself, because that's why I didn't touch it. Like, I originally popped it in, and I played that first level, and those like aliens came out, like, and I don't know, it just scared the shit out of me, dude. Like, I was kind of young,
intense.
You know?
Yeah. For sure.
But like, it's a less intimidating when you got a homie with you, you know.
Definitely. But yeah, I mean, we could go on forever about game. What do you got? Give me some more of your list. I think I've named plenty.
Oh man, I only have a few more that I like really, need to talk about.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon, obviously.
Yeah. I don't know why I haven't. I guess it's just too obvious,
Yeah.
But Pokemon for sure.
That's definitely one of those obvious ones. I like lived in Pokemon World. I took it everywhere with me in my pocket.
I
was constantly playing it. If I wasn't like doing something, I was playing Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we go to swim meets and swap
Link battle
Pokemon,
and stuff, dude. Oh, that was
trade, bro.
And then Monster Rancher. I played an ungodly amount of Monster Rancher as a kid. I don't know why.
I didn't, but I remember you playing it a lot, and I remember you showing me like how you could like put different like discs in the thing.
Yeah, dude, you put it was cool because like it would take CDs, and like if the CD had some kind of relevance, it would like make a monster out of it. Like I put the Little Mermaid CD in the game, and like it made this like mermaid monster. It was cool.
So cool.
Monster Rancher was dope. Final Fantasy VII, one of the discs has a secret monster on it. Harry Potter PS1.
Dude, I forgot about that.
I played the fuck out of Harry Potter for PS1 and
PC.
All the Harry Potter games leading up to like I don't know, Xbox 360. I played like all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of them you could fly around on brooms, but there's just something magical about like exploring the Harry Potter castle and how they changed it up a little for every game. And the last one that I played a weirdly large amount of, another one that I got with my Xbox, was Shrek for Xbox. I don't know why, but I played a lot of Shrek for Xbox. Like,
I don't remember that, but that's awesome. Was this the fighting game or was
no? It was like it was like the movie Shrek, but like just an adventure game.
Oh, okay.
You were like Shrek, and it was like a platform.
I don't remember it, but I can
like
only imagine the graphics were great for the time.
It was really good for the time. Like I remember playing the game and thinking, "Oh, this looks so much like the actual like Pixar quality." And now looking back, obviously it doesn't. You know what I mean? But like
DreamWorks.
I remember.
You don't want to say Pixar.
Sorry, DreamWorks. I was just amazed at the time. You know.
Me too. With the movie itself, I thought that I was like, dude, this looks so real. Anyways, but yeah, that's the topic of the show, guys. If you want to drop which games you played the most as a kid, let us know in the comments or in the chat or in fucking Facebook, whatever. You know, we'll talk to you about it. So we're gonna jump on over to the People's Champ. I don't know. People's Champ is, you know, the listener questions. We pick the one that we think is the best, and they become the champ for the week. Let me show you the one from Instagram as well, just so you can see that one's there.
Is there a way to look at Twitch? Maybe the Twitch people are asking.
No, there's only, I can't really see. I've been trying to look at it from my phone, but like,
okay, that's a good question. Hang on, let me make sure we don't have a better one over here. Sorry, I lost my what the fuck.
Oh, and before we move on to that, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this off. We had two people write in and say what games that they played the most as kids. And Jason Domick in 1991 on Instagram says played PlayStation as a kid and Xbox as an adult. So I think he took it as like which console he played the most as. And then Super Beaner says he played Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and GoldenEye the most.
Good ones.
Definitely
a lot of GoldenEye. I don't know why I didn't mention that. I mean, we kind of talked about GoldenEye, but not like the OG.
The OG GoldenEye.
I played a lot of that for sure. I don't know. I think our Instagram guy over there is going to be the People's Champ.
Okay, that's also Super Beaner. He says,
you're on a roll, Super Beaner.
What's your favorite secret in a game you've played? My favorite secret would probably be from Halo, which was the secret where you can find the giant soccer ball hidden, and you have to use like a grenade, like do the grenade bounce to get there. And it's just like hidden behind this wall, like way high up, like on this building in Halo 2. So like you have to throw down a plasma grenade, 2 plasma grenades, jump, and then 1 plasma grenade blows up, and the other one blows up and sends you higher up, and then you land behind the thing and can get the giant soccer ball. I like that one.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think of a good one right now, but all the ones that come to mind are also from Halo, like the skulls and stuff, you know?
Was there any in that original Spider-Man game? Not the original, but the one on the Xbox?
There's like the fact that you could become Green Goblin was kind of a secret. That was a dope. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. Actually, I'm influenced by your.
I was just trying to remember because I feel like there was a bunch of secrets in that game, but I can't remember any of them.
There was also like other suits you could get and stuff. You know what I mean?
But just being able to play as a Green Goblin was dope because like you no longer. It wasn't like, oh, here's a Green Goblin skin and you still do the spiderweb thing. It was like you are on like the Green Goblin's, like
glider and stuff. Yeah, they did a whole new set of like animations and shit for him. I also really liked that in Dead Rising, the original Dead Rising, like if you go on top of the coffee shop awning, there's like a katana there. I would always go straight for that. It's like really early game, and it's like the best weapon in the game. You know what I mean? If you can, you just go over there and get it, and you're straight for like a while. You know what I mean?
So cool.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure I'll think of like a way better one as soon as we're done recording this. But good question, Super Beaner. We've got Christina Rogers here. She says, why won't they show us the PS5?
Because they skirt. They skirt, bro.
They skirt. They're scrambling right now because the Xbox looks dope. It looks like a tiny refrigerator, and they're like, fuck, we need a sweet-ass look for our console, and they don't have it.
Yeah, they don't have it. It's going to come out. It's going to look stupid.
It's going to look just like a PS4, but with like more smooth edges.
I mean, I honestly don't think that's not a bad thing. You know, the PS4 already looks good. I mean,
Yeah, PS4 is cool.
I think we've reached this point to where,
I guess.
you know, like there's not really much more you can do to make a console look more like
I don't know.
aesthetic.
The Xbox One X is looking pretty dope. The Series
It
X
looks dope, but it doesn't look aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like it's something that you want to put in your living room and people won't look at it and go, what the fuck is that? You know, like if somebody saw that fucking tower, they'd be like, why do you have a computer in your, you know, your living room with no monitor?
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like the PlayStation 5 is just going to look like a PS4 or an Xbox One. You know, it's just going to be a rectangle or like a square.
I definitely think the PlayStation's going to have a more traditional look to it. I think you're right about that.
For sure.
We'll have to see, though. I bet it's going to have lights all over it. All right. We got Stephen Blaine Patterson here.
Ooh.
He says, Switch Lite, is it worth it?
I think it's worth it if you don't plan on playing a lot of multiplayer with your Switch, or if you don't want like if you don't want to play it like a console, like if you don't plan on plugging it up to a TV, for sure. But if you're somebody who cares about having like a console quality level to it, then definitely don't get a Lite, because you're not going to be able to have the better version of the Switch graphics and stuff with that one. You know?
I mean, the biggest drawback to the Switch Lite is the not being able to hook it up to the TV. I mean, that's really all you can't do with it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you can still play multiplayer with it, but it's going to be whack because you're going to be looking at this tiny-ass little screen.
Yeah, you're going to want to sit right next to it. I don't know. I definitely think it's a good deal still, though, especially for $100 cheaper than the traditional Switch. If you're just playing Animal Crossing or something, definitely.
Oh, yeah. If you just want it as a handheld or like a successor to the 3DS, fuck yeah, get a Switch Lite.
I think if I had to go back in time, I would get a Switch Lite, probably. Although I do like playing docked sometimes, so I don't know.
Yeah, I like playing docked, and also that's the only way to stream. Like, if you want to like stream your gameplay, you got to have a dock.
Didn't even think about that. Good point.
Yeah, and you can't dock a light, so you can't even stream it.
Yeah, good point. If you're a streamer, not the way to go. Okay, we've got Kyle McAvoy here. He says, McAvoy? He says, worst/funniest video game character dialogue. Hint, hint, look at JRPGs first, LOL.
Oh, man. I don't know. I would have had to come prepared for that one. I probably should have looked at the questions.
Yeah, I'd had to plan a little bit. There's some funny shit out there, though, you know?
There's some funny dialogue in games, but it's like, I think he's talking about like
unintentionally funny.
Unintentionally funny.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Final Fantasy has a lot of that. Final Fantasy 7 specifically has a lot of those little weird, like, cultural, like, fuck up. You know what I mean? Like
Final Fantasy 7, when that dude laughs, like, it's really fucking weird. So that's probably the funniest thing I can think of. Or that's it. Yeah.
Sorry, we don't have a better answer to your question, Kyle. But we just suck. So
we're really bad at this. We're so
bad at our job
right now. You know what? Fucking cancel this show.
I blame the COVID.
No, yeah, I think I'll look into it. I'll start Googling some stuff so I can find something that I experienced myself, and then I'll talk about it next week. But anyways, so that's it for listener questions. Thanks so much for writing in, guys. We're going to wrap up the show with this week in... Wait, no, we're not. It's not This Week in Gaming History. It's Brent's
Super Hardcore Video Game Trivia Challenge. These are 5 questions made with love as the secret ingredient. Wow. This week's topic is on a scale from 1 to 10. So,
oh, no.
Okay, so every answer to each of these questions will be a number from 1 through 10, okay?
What?
All you have to do is pick the right number.
Okay.
So every answer will either be 1 or any number
through 10.
Okay.
All right.
So number 1. How many different Game Boy Advanced consoles were released, not including the original DS?
Game Boy Advance consoles?
Yes.
Okay, so there was the SP.
Right.
There was the Micro.
Right.
And then I'm trying to think if there was any others. And not including the original?
No, not including the DS, the original Nintendo DS.
Wait, are we talking Advanced or DS?
We're talking advanced.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you just said DS, so I was like...
No, I said how... Here, let me reread you the question just so it's...
Okay.
How many different Game Boy Advanced consoles were released, not including the original Nintendo DS? Because it would accept Game Boy Advance cartridges.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I just didn't want
you
there
didn't want
to
to
be
be
any
a secret
confusion.
question.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Secret answers. Then I'm just gonna say I feel like I'm missing one, but I can't recall it. So it must have been a special one that like I've just never seen, unless there was like a backlit one I don't know about. Like I'm gonna say 2.
Oh no, there's 3 because there's the original.
You said not including the original.
Not including the
I'm
original
so stupid.
Nintendo DS.
No, I meant 3. Okay,
Yeah.
I meant 3 because I was not including the original. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, including the original, there's 3.
Okay,
sure,
yeah. So I give me that one
Sorry,
because
yeah.
I got
just not including the DS is all I meant to say.
even though you cleared that with me twice, I was like, wait, not including the original.
I'll give it to you.
Okay, yeah,
because you definitely knew what you were talking about there. All right, number 2. They get a little harder now. Okay.
Oh no.
Across all platforms, how many Splinter Cell games have been released?
Okay, so there's Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, Splinter Cell Conviction or something like that, Splinter Cell Blacklist, or whatever the fuck it was called. I'm going to say 5.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is a hard one. There's 7, but one of them is a really weird PSP one.
I knew there was a
like
handheld
an
one.
offshoot one.
Yeah.
And then one of them was just one of those mainline ones that I can't remember, but it's in there somewhere.
All right, I'll take a loss on that one.
Yeah, it's okay. The PSP one is kind of a hard one on there. All right, 1 for 1. Number 3. How many weapons are in Doom 2016 single player mode?
Oh, Doom 2016. I thought you were talking about Doom Eternal. Okay. Fuck. So
it's a tough one.
Yeah, that's really hard. I know
it's got to be 1 through 10 though, so you got a 1 in 10 chance of getting the question right if you.
Oh, so.
Think about all the weapons.
I'm gonna say 8.
Oof, 10.
10?
10. Yeah, I think you might be neglecting like the chainsaw.
I am definitely neglecting the chainsaw. I was just thinking of like guns.
Yeah. So yeah, my original question was how many guns, and then I was like, wait, the chainsaw is not a gun, so I had to like revise the question.
Dang.
Yeah.
So what are all the did you write them down?
I didn't write them down.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but there's definitely there's a bunch of them.
Gotcha. All right. I'm felon this week. Wait. There's 2 questions left, right?
Yeah, there's 2 questions.
Okay,
left.
so if I get these 2, I can.
You
I
could
can
still
pull
win.
It.
Okay.
All right. What do we got?
Oh, another hard one here. Which Final Fantasy game features a protagonist named Bartz?
Oh no!
Got to be 1 through 10. One of the 1 through 10.
I have no idea. Bartz,
like BARTZ.
Oh
Bartz.
No, this is bad. Okay, is it older or
It's
newer?
older. It's older for sure. It's again, it's pre Final Fantasy X.
Okay, I'm gonna say 3.
Oof, no, it's 5.
Oh my god. Oh no. All right, round it out with this last one.
All right, last one.
We're getting some comments right now in the chat, so I bet people are like
they probably know the answer. They're probably like,
yeah, I can't see what you're saying in the chat. I'm sorry. I'll say something to you after we finish this.
We love
stream.
you guys though.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Number 5 here. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
The game Fable was released in the year 2000 and what?
Son of a beach. I'm going to say 2005.
Oh, you're so close. It's 2004. But 2005, they did the Lost Chapters or whatever, so it's like, you're pretty close.
It doesn't matter. I knew it was like definitely before, like 2007. I just didn't know exactly when.
Sorry, I made it extra hard today.
That was really hard. No, that's good.
Bad.
I usually win. You know what I'm saying? So it feels
I feel
good
like
to
I had
lose.
to turn it up on you a little since you've been kicking my ass the past few weeks.
So I'll take that loss. But that's all right. Well, remember, guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast directories, and obviously we'll do it live on Twitch, twitch.tv/ is it an TV/GameSpeak podcast. Be sure to submit any questions you want read on the show to the GameSpeak podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast. And you can check out the video on YouTube on Thursdays, youtube.com/create for sanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle @JoffreyJamel and Brent at Brent has one. That's the number one. And check out the GameSpeak podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners, later.